That went really well. The person I was working with, she just like could tell immediately that she was doing removals from her bodies. We went through several of them, and she was just like sighing and laughing, and you know, she just could tell immediately there was a big difference, and she kept thanking me. So it was just really, she was really happy.
That's wonderful.
She could feel it.
Doesn't it make us happy when we can help somebody?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Well, it takes.
Absolutely.
Barb, you've helped a lot of people cure herpes, haven't you?
I know. It's like just connecting with someone helps them remove things. See, I've helped a lot of people with different viruses. Things.
Yeah, not just herpes, Epstein-Barr, that's right, a lot of other viruses.
Yeah.
You had Epstein-Barr also.
I did.
How old were you when you got mononucleosis?
I was about 17, 18, yes, between 16 and 17 maybe.
And,
But actually I got it in college again. I got it like basically kind of like twice.
oh, you mean you caught it again from somebody?
I don't know, just sort of like...
or it reactivated?
It reactivated. I got sort of like those symptoms, which sort of was almost like a flu. And then that went away, and then when I got tested, it never showed up in a blood test again after I started doing this. And I never really had chronic fatigue syndrome, technically. I mean, I get depression often, or I have, but sort of onto that too.
What do you do when you get depression?
Well, I think I remember you showed me that chart about the entrance points, and I realized that oftentimes people with like a physical disability, like I have this thing on my back, often tend towards, you know, like low self-esteem or depression and all that stuff. So number one, I just know that, and then I try to like do something to I do exercise or that kind of. I do something to kind of speed myself up, or just sometimes I just relax into it and let myself sleep, and like that. I've also met lately. That's how I met that guy Panache Desai. Is like it's amazing how psychic Twitter and Facebook is, because sometimes I just let other people, you know, assist me. I like read what they say and I remember the nature of things, and I just try not to worry. But you know, mostly it's kind of like removing it, or just not. I just notice it and react. Like pain, like I can remove pain too.
Right.
Or before it used to totally. I mean, I used to be really afraid when I was in pain. When I first met you, I was in pain all the time.
And you cured that, you know, soon after we met.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I just tried to stay really busy. I actually had a lot of pain, like when I was in Virginia, but I didn't want to talk about it. I tried to stay busy, and then after, like, Florida's just started, like, dissipating, and then I had it, you know, when I was first moved to Santa Fe, and that used to scare me, and then I got sort of like onto that, too. I don't really have any back pain anymore.
So you cured your back pains starting way before there was a cure drive.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like, honestly, that was sort of like why I came to you originally. I was really comfortable in my body.
And you've gone through these cycles where you've cured them and then gotten them back and cured them again. And
yeah, I mean, if I do something stupid, like I did this really vigorous exercise class the other day, and you know, I was sore the next day, but I knew it wasn't, you know, it was because of what I did. And then I just saw Seth Friedman at the grocery store today, and I was remembering this time where I did another weird thing. I mean, I literally could not walk. And he's a friend of ours who's a good chiropractor, and I just like dragged myself to his office, and he was able to fix me. But I'm also just trying to be more gentle with myself.
yeah, Seth is a master.
He is. I mean, I was thinking when I walked out, like that guy, he's just like, it's really amazing. He knows a lot about bodies and spines.
He was our student, Anna, back when he was in chiropractic college.
Wow.
So we know him for a really long time. That was in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh.
But now he's moved to Santa Fe. He lives in Santa Fe. has been practicing there maybe from the beginning.
Mm. That's great.
He calls it it's network chiropractic, so it's a little different. Have you heard that?
No, network?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like he'll have like maybe 3 or 4 or 5. He'll like jump from one person to the next.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So you don't get attached to him. That's what I remember, because I used to get really attached to my doctors. But like right when he's working, and then he'll just let you go and walk away. It's pretty cool.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Well, Anna, do you want to say any more about curing herpes or helping people cure it?
I think I pretty much said what I've been going through.
And also what you've been accomplishing.
Yeah, that's right. So, no outbreaks for a year and a half. That's been fantastic.
And it took you about a year and a half to, because you discovered that you could cure it about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And it took you about like a year and a half to get to the point where you had your last outbreak.
Right. Where I had control of it.
Now see, my final outbreak was the very first day I discovered I could cure it.
You were one of the lucky ones.
I don't know if it was, I used to think, well, that curing herpes was so easy. What was the problem? But I realized, see, I had been curing a great many other things before I got to the point where I discovered I could cure my herpes. I just had been curing thing after thing.
Yeah, and I had to do a lot too, like traumas and so many things that are on the website. I just had to go through all the material and just work on everything at once.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, just, hit it head on.
That's what I did. See, I did everything at once, and there was this moment when I had a herpes outbreak. And then this thought came to me that I could cure it. And that was just in a flash, and my pain went away in 5 minutes. And it felt like, gee, it only takes 5 minutes to cure herpes. But I just wasn't giving myself credit for all the blood, sweat, and tears that had come before with all the other things that I cured.
Right, exactly.
I realized today that anybody really can cure anything if they really apply themselves. Like I was with this man today whose father has Alzheimer's, and he was saying how his father was just like him back in the day, so it's hard to believe. He considers himself very powerful and articulate. But I realized that he could get it too. Like unless you like this kind of work prevents things too. Like you have to, once you face yourself, like you're less likely to manifest like an aberrated thing, like an outbreak of herpes or a condition that renders you, incapable of coping with life and stuff. Like the earlier you start confronting, the better it is for your health. That's why the web college is good.
Well, also, my life and my career have gone particularly well since I started curing things. Because before I started curing, I was, I was just chasing phantoms in my career, and people considered me very successful, but I wasn't happy. Well, it looks like we've lost Anna, but I think this is good for now. Barb, do you have more to say?
No, it's a good thing for me to think about. I appreciate it. Being included. Hi, Anna.
I'm so glad we could, that we could do this together. And I want you to know I'll be putting this up on your YouTube channel, Barb, and on Anna's. Oh, there's Anna again. She's back.
Hey.
I was just saying I'm gonna put up your YouTube movie, probably tomorrow. This movie will be on both of your channels.
Yay.
All right.
Content, that's what they say.
Yeah, content is everything, isn't it? Well, you have content because both of you have accomplished enough so that you can really help other people.
Gotta find the serious people.
Yeah, you have to find the serious people, and you have helped quite a few of people who were at various stages of seriousness. Some not as serious as others.
Right.
But you've helped them all.
There is something to be said for getting a fee, because I think when you're motivated also to follow up with these people, you know, like, I can only be as serious as they are. And, it would be fun to go all the way with someone for a negative medical test. So, that person will show up.
Well, Barb, in your case, I mean, you can just walk out in the street right downstairs from where you live.
Oh, it's amazing.
And you can meet the most amazing people on the planet.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Santa Fe is a watershed for
It is amazing.
amazing people. Yeah.
And this guy was telling me, I met this friend of Jennifer's who was a very successul artist in person, and he used to have a gallery like directly below me. I'm on the third floor, I guess, or second and a half, and he was directly below me, and that's what he said. He used to sometimes he would just go for a walk like to the hotel and meet somebody and bring them back to his gallery.
Right.
Anyway, cool. Thank you. Perfect.
Well, thank you both, and I will be seeing you very soon.
Thanks, Anne.
See you guys Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Ciao.
This is the website. It's curedrive.org. We teach people how to cure a great many diseases, not just herpes or cancer or whatever the disease is that you found a volunteer to help with. But see, this is the cure show, and there are, if you see the alphabet, that's the diseases. When you click on one of those letters, you go to fever, fibromyalgia, flu, and you hear, we record ourselves. We record our cures. Most people who come to this web college, so this is the home page, and this is the movie right here. It plays automatically. So you notice when I went back to the home page, it started playing. And this is where you're supposed to start. Like, before you speak to a volunteer, you should first familiarize yourself with this. Not only is this movie on the home page, but there are just other things you can look at, such as this is our Twitter feed, and these are people who help people cure things talking to each other. In the Twitter feed on the right, the big black thing. And then there are other options and steps. But your first step, this movie is 4.5 hours, and the movie will train you to construct a cure that's specific to you, so that you're not trying to cure, because if a volunteer tells you how they cured their disease, and you do that, you will be curing their disease instead of yours. But if this is the movie that I'm clicking to various parts of, but if you watch this movie, and you'll see many people doing many important things for themselves, and you'll understand what to do for yourself. Doesn't cost a penny to watch it, and that's your first step.